Australia. The land of opportunities offers much more to aspiring immigrants than you would imagine. Great lifestyle, career opportunities, work-life balance, affordable quality education, social security and health benefits, incredible sports facilities, and world-class living, just to name a few. Australia has a strong economy and low unemployment rate, and offers salaries that well justify your professional credentials and expectations. Are you a skilled immigrant struggling to find your perfect job in Australia? Have you applied for several jobs and getting very few to no interview calls at all? Have you been interviewed but consistently getting rejection letters and wondering why? Are you a resilient professional who is really serious about investing your time and money in quickly finding your dream job? It doesn't matter whether you're in Australia or overseas. We are here to help you. Based in Melbourne, Career Launch Australia is a professional career mentoring service offered to global skilled immigrants to secure their perfect Australian job in weeks instead of months and getting paid what they deserve, even if they don't have local experience. Immigrant coaching is much more than just career coaching. It involves understanding the mindset and thought process of individual immigrants at an emotional level and professionally helping them with their job search. Empathy and heart-to-heart connection is crucial for immigrant coaching, and you will surely notice it in CLA consultants. Qualified professionals who have already got their Australian PR, work visa, or those who have applied for Australian PR and are likely to get their visa in the near future, proactively start working with CLA and acquire job search breakthrough techniques. This often results in them quickly securing the job they love after they migrate to Australia. CLA's proven success blueprints offers immigrant professionals practical tools and mindset they need to quickly succeed in their new life and career in Australia. CLA has been marketing their clients successfully into their preferred careers since more than 10 years, giving them both competence and confidence to win the high-paying positions they deserve. Our fully customizable mentoring package includes executive resume writing, LinkedIn profile, interview preparation, addressing key selection criteria, salary projection and negotiation, and most importantly, strategic networking techniques and connecting you with industry connections. A study shows that recruiters spend only 6 seconds reviewing an individual resume. Does your resume stand out in 6 seconds? On an average, every corporate job receives around 250 applications. Does your application hit the nail on the head? 89% of recruiters report hiring candidates through LinkedIn. Does your LinkedIn profile attract interest? 92% of employers and recruiters hire or plan to hire candidates through networks or referrals. How many recruiters do you know? 85% of critical jobs are filled via networking of some sort. Do you know how to strategically network with the right people and access the hidden job market? Average Australian full-time salary is $5,000 a month. You're losing this huge amount every month you're jobless for, and you're using your own hard-earned overseas money to survive in Australia. Could you afford to sustain this double loss? Time is ticking, so don't wait any further. Come and have a chat with us to quickly secure your dream job.
Welcome to Career Launch Australia. My name is Rajiv Bidse. One more success story for us, Rohit. Rohit has just recently secured a job as junior product engineer in Sydney. Rohit, welcome to Career Launch Australia.
Thank you, sir.
You have been watching a lot of videos in the last so many months and maybe years or so. Um, then you were just a spectator. Today you are sitting in that magic seat. How does it feel? What are your feelings? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sir, there was some problem with the internet, I guess.
I'm
Yeah.
saying you have watched a lot of videos before,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
um, and today you are sitting there in that seat and you are being interviewed.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel?
It feels great that after watching several videos, I got chance to give interview myself. So it feels great.
Wonderful. So, everyone, Rohit is he's a recipient of Mechanical Design Expert Award and Master of Manufacturing Engineering from University of Technology in Sydney. He has got functional knowledge of design software such as SolidWorks, CATIA, R21, Creo, Unigraphics, AutoCAD, and ANSYS in 3D modeling, surface modeling, and sheet metal assembly. As I said, he has recently got a job as junior product engineer in Sydney, and he has actually started working there. When did you get the job, Rohit? When did you start?
Uh, I started on 25th of October.
Okay, you started in
Yeah.
October, so that was
Yeah.
right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah. In the middle of COVID. Yeah.
Wow. Now, Rohit has. I'm not going to ask Rohit the traditional kind of questions because I wanted to give him the chance to speak whatever he wants. So Rohit has given me a list of the things that he would like to talk about, and we will be going through that list. And Rohit will be talking and explaining as to how he has improved his skills in these particular areas and how they have helped him in his practical life so far. So before we do that, Rohit,
Yeah.
how did you find CLA?
Uh, I knew that after joining CLA, most of the students have got the jobs, and I knew that every student, like most of the people who have joined, uh, is getting jobs. So even when I asked some of my friends, they gave me very good review. And after joining, I really think that I took a good decision by joining CLA.
Right.
Yeah,
So Shritej is a friend of yours, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So were you motivated after watching Shritej's video that when he got the job? Yes. Can you hear me?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear you because of internet.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was saying that you
yeah,
have watched Shritej's video,
yes, sir.
who stays with you there,
Yeah,
and now you have watched his video, and obviously you must have got a lot of motivation from Shritej
yeah,
himself, and
yeah,
after watching that video as well.
yeah,
Now you have sent me the list of the things that you want to talk about. The first thing in that list is you said you loved the four ways of thinking. Can
yeah,
you talk about it?
yeah. So when we think about four ways of thinking, so they are particularly there are four ways: highway, best way, no way, and worst way. So
Mhm.
most of the people, hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah. So many time people take the way which is good for them, so they feel good by using that way, but it's not good for what they are. it's not good for what they are willing to achieve. So we should take such a way while achieving the goal that even if it doesn't feel good to you while going through that way, but it gives you good results. So we need to stick to such a way that it's best for you. So yeah.
Absolutely. So there are a few things that feel good, but they are not good for you. They are not good for your greater good, or they are not good for achieving your higher purpose in life. For example, some people quit, some people procrastinate. It feels good at the time, but that's not appropriate for achieving your goals and so on.
Yeah.
Let me just take a question quickly. Mahesh wants to know CA qualification based jobs, sir. Mahesh, you will get a jobs in Australia provided you have the Australian PR visa or the permanent resident visa. So if you have got the visa, then you can contact us. If you do not have the visa, then you will need to get that visa. You might want to contact, your migration agent who will be able to help you with regards to applying for the PR visa and actually getting it. If you have the PR visa, these are our details on the screen. You can most definitely contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Unfortunately, we don't have the avenues to chase up the employers for sponsorships or work permits. So, if that is something that you want to achieve, then you will need to apply for the sponsorships or the work permit yourself. But in the absence of that, it will be very hard for you to get the visa. I mean, get the job in Australia. Effective decision making is another thing that you wanted to talk about, Rohit.
Yeah. So effective decision making, I will say that whenever we try to achieve something, we think about the past, and because of that, we get demotivated. So we should always try to forget what happened in the past, and we should go for a new start, and we should uh, work hard what we are trying to achieve. So uh, in life, we get to the points where we have to make decisions. So we should always take good decisions which will be good for your goals. So yeah. And even when you take advice from someone, be sure to check the authenticity of the person from whom you are taking the advice, because most of the times you have to face the results, not the person who is giving the advice. So I will suggest that take the advice from the person who have done something in his life, who have achieved some success in his life. So that will be good for you.
Yes, absolutely. When I came to Australia from India, there were a lot of people who told me that it's not wise to go to Australia with your family, with your children, and all that. I took their advice, but I made my own decision because I believed in myself. I believed in my own abilities. So it's always good to make a decision from the place of intuition, which probably is the best decision that you can make ever. We have somebody asking a question. Let me just take that question quickly. This question is for you. Aniket is asking, what challenges did you find while you were applying for jobs?
So while applying the jobs, so I'll say that because of COVID, there were very limited jobs available, and whatever jobs were available, they were asking for work experience in particular field. And they were like, the situation was such a, like, most of the companies, they were like work from home, and they just reduced their employees, and the job availability was very less. So that was the main challenge what I faced, I think, because of COVID, when I was applying for jobs.
And how did you overcome that challenge?
So I just kept applying. I used techniques given by Rajiv sir, by doing strategic networking and by connecting with the professionals. I got the idea where where I was lacking. So I just scheme all the things, and that helped me for getting the job.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, you wanted to talk about preparing the document, um, the job requirements, decoding job document. What was your experience of creating that document?
So most of the time, when we apply for the job, we focus on the skill which we don't know. So that makes us very demotivated while applying for jobs. So if you see the job requirements in a particular job ad, then you will see that most of the skills are soft skills, and that you know very better. So people focus mainly on the skills they don't know, and they just think that we are not applicable for this job, so they don't see the other things which actually are required. And I have experienced is, even if you don't know any software or anything related to the job, you can learn after joining there. So it, the recruiters just see your willingness to learning, and that's the only point while you apply for the job.
Wow, that's a great piece of advice that you are giving, because most of the times, most fresh graduates get stuck um, thinking that it's the hard skills that really matter.
Yeah,
But reality is, people know that the hard skills can be acquired.
yeah,
It is the soft skills which you need to develop and then nurture. And one common denominator that I have found in all the interviews is that all the fresh graduates telling me that your hard skills only matter to the extent of 20% in the job search. 80% are your soft skills, and developing those skills and polishing those skills is the most important thing. And that is what we are talking about in today's session. Actually, all these, the thing that you have wished that you want to talk about, none of those are actually hard skills. They are all about your soft skills.
yes,
So it's very important for you to understand what the employer wants from you. Typically, most people only give to the employer what they have. What you have may not be necessarily important to them. They might be looking for something, and there is a complete mismatch. There's a total mismatch, a total fiasco between what you have and what they want. And one of the things that we teach in our program is to actually how to decode these job requirements, and how to be able to put that into your resume. And that's how we create an impactful resume. And that's the reason why even during COVID, Rohit was able to get a job in his field, and he started his job last October. So very well done there. Um, we have another person by the name Adarsh Pandey. How was your journey for this job after your full qualifications? What kind of struggles were faced by you, and how did you prepare yourself for the failures before greeting the success? Great question, Adarsh. Can you answer that question, please?
so he's my school friend. And
Ah, okay.
yeah, hi Adarsh. So the journey was not like, it was a like very roller coaster ride. So after finishing the qualification, after finishing the studies, I started looking for jobs, and most of the people used to give me advice that no one gets job, international student doesn't get jobs here, you need permanent residency, then you need experience. So you will get lots of people, they they you will get two types of people. One who have never applied job, but he says that you will not get the job. And the
Hmm.
others, they always try to demotivate you that it's not possible to get a job, and they don't want you to get the job. So these are two types of people you will get. come across. So this was the difficulty, and the challenges were like I was continuously applying for jobs and I was not getting any response. So every time I used to think that there is some problem with the way which I'm using for applying jobs. And after joining CLA, I came to know that networking is very important, and just applying job is of no use. So you need to contact the recruiters, you need to speak with the professionals, you need to take updates about the job applications. And if you don't do these things, it's of no use of applying the job, because there are hundreds of students who keep on applying, and
Mm.
most of the students just give up when they don't give any results. And that's where we can use these various techniques for getting the job, and that helped me for getting a job. Yeah.
So you made a couple of very valid points. Number one is to, not get carried away by people's advice and believe in yourself during the tough
Yeah.
times. Number one, and
Yeah.
number two is unsolicited advice can be dangerous at times because you don't know where the advice is coming from and whether the other person has got the eligibility and authenticity to offer that advice. And even I have noticed this, Rohit, that when you're looking for a job, there'll be a lot of people who will come forward to help you, and their intention is not bad. Their intention is good. The only problem there is you don't know whether they are eligible to offer that kind of advice and whether they are being authentic. Because
Yes, sir.
the simple logic is, if somebody has taken maybe 6 months to get a job or 1 year to get a job, he's not going to be able to teach you how to get a job in 1 month or 2 months.
Mm.
And that is where the problem lies. So it's up to individual, but I strongly believe that you should get the advice from somebody who has who has achieved that level of success before. So that way you are only walking their path. They will help you as a
Yes.
guide. Right. You also wanted to talk about the ultimate shift philosophy.
So, yeah. So, ultimate shift philosophy is a way like while doing anything, you should think why you are doing it. So,
Hmm.
if you get the proper reason for why you are doing it, then you will get the way how you are going to do it and when you are going to do it. So, the main thing while uh, main thing for achieving any goal is to think why you are doing that. So if yeah.
Absolutely. That why is very important.
Yeah.
If you haven't discovered something that you are willing to die for, then you're not fit to
Yeah.
live, said Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, and you always you should always believe that something good is going to happen. So you should always keep hope. So and you should try, you should keep on trying, so that one day you will what you are hoping will definitely come to you.
Absolutely. Anticipation is always better than apprehension. Typically with the fresh graduates, when they are applying for the jobs, they are being quite apprehensive about getting the job. But when you have a lot of fear from within, it will show up outside as well because your outside world is the selfie of your inner world.
Yeah, and
So
one more
if you're
thing, sir, I will like to talk that as a fresher, most of the students they just give very limited time, because they have like part-time jobs and everything going on in their life. So they just give very limited time for applying job. They want the job, but they don't spend that much of time that they should spend for getting a job. So I will suggest them that they should give more and more time for applying jobs, learning the process, so that, because there is no shortcut for success, so you need to spend a significant amount of time to get uh, responses from the employers.
Yeah, it's a very strong point you're making because yes, you're making a living is very important as well. But at the same time, what I suggest to my clients is that you most definitely can work, but then don't work the entire day, and don't spend that time in your job. Instead of that, you can work in the evening hours, because typically most fresh graduates are unmarried. They don't have as many responsibilities on their shoulders. So I say to them, you start working at 4 o'clock in the evening and work till 9, 10 o'clock. You will make the equal amount of money that you make when you work during the morning hours. But by working in the evening, you'll be saving those productive hours in the morning to apply for the jobs, to go out and meet people, do your networking, be in front of recruiters, be in front of professionals, appear for the interviews and kind of things. Because typically, what I have seen is many people who are working somewhere else as a full-time job during the work hours, they struggle a lot in terms of getting the leave, in terms of leaving the job and appearing for an interview, and that is when they make the biggest compromise. So yes, you made a very valid point. Yes, it is, your livelihood is important, but then you need to figure out the ways around
Yes,
it
sir.
and then invest quality time in looking for the job. All right, now uh, we have Siddhant. Siddhant Singh Bagal is one of the most regular attendees of all these sessions. This guy is absolutely amazing. He's in India.
Yes, sir.
He is still studying, but I just salute to to his strong desire, to his urge to come to Australia sometime sooner than later and get a job here in Australia. And he is probably the most um, passionate person when it comes to attending these live
Yes,
simulcasts.
sir.
So,
Even
Siddhant,
I
once
have
again,
seen
thank
him
you.
so many times.
Sorry, what did you say?
I have seen his name so many times when I used to watch the interviews. I have seen his name many times.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah.
attends all these interviews. So, Siddhant, thank you so much. We have a question from Aniket. Does doing professional certification matter? Does it give any boost to the CV? Good question. Can you answer that?
So I will say that professional certification has helped me a little bit for getting a job because I did an internship from Engineers Australia. Although it was going to happen, it was meant to be happen on in the company, but because of COVID, it was on online. But during interview, I show like I told what I learned from the internship, so it helped me for securing the job because it was a Australian experience. It is considered as Australian experience, and it helped me for getting a job.
Right. My advice on that, Aniket, is um, merely having, let me put that question again. Merely having the professional certifications is not going to give the job. And I mean it. The only reason is that if you believe that you are highly qualified or more qualified or highly educated, that does not mean that you will get the job. I have I cannot emphasize strongly enough on the power of enhancing your soft skills, having the confidence, being able to get rid of your fears and your limiting beliefs, being able to understand and explain to the interviewers as to how what you have studied can add incredible value to their business, being able to portray yourself as a junior expert, I would say, in the field. That is what is going to give the job. What people will want to see in you more than anything is your level of confidence and the passion and the conviction The more passionate you sound like, you feel like to the employer, they will most definitely hire you. They will invest money in teaching you. They will invest money in your certifications, as long as they believe that you are confident enough, as long as, like Rohit said before, as long as you are open to learning, as long as you want to learn the new things and new techniques. So yeah, that's what I think. The next thing you wanted to talk about, Rohit, is the ultimate shift mindset that we cover in the program. In what way that has helped you, or in what way are you using the ultimate shift in your mindset, even in your job right now?
So, ultimate shift uh, means you should always think of giving, and you should believe in yourself. So, during my job, uh, I did not have anyone to teach me the software which I am using right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
that even that I started using the softwares. I started to learn. I called the previous employee and I asked her how she was using the softwares. I took some notes and I just uh, started using it on my own, and slowly I have learned almost all the software which I am using. So you need to believe in yourself while doing anything. So if I would have thought that I would not be able to use these softwares, then I would definitely have not got the job. Because if the employer thinks that he is not capable of using the softwares, or he's not capable of doing the job requirements, then he would definitely not have taken me. But I showed him that I will be able to do the things which are required for this job, and I did it. And now they all are happy that I have learned so much in very short period of time.
Absolutely. And I strongly believe, Rohit, that your mindset is more important than your skill set is in any given situation in life, whether you are a fresh graduate or you are an experienced professional. You have somebody complimenting you.
Yeah, he's a old friend, and after so many days, he has like, thank you, Manish. So he lives in my hometown, and he's my school friend. He's
Wow. And
uh,
what did you do?
yeah, he works in a pharmacy company, so he's elder than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining in, Manish. Really appreciate it. And, thank you for motivating your childhood friend. And that's what life is all about. I think, I believe it's all about building those strong, long lasting relationships.
Yes.
Um, the meditation, one of the very common denominator that, you probably have heard in most of these videos is that everybody says that they have been benefited very strongly by the unique kind of meditation that we teach in our program. How has that helped you in getting the job? And also, are you practicing it now? Or is it helping you even now after you have got a job?
Yeah. So when I started this program, I came across this meditation told by Sir. So in the starting, I I did it for very less time, but as the time passed, I started doing it for longer period of time, and even now, before sleeping, I do that meditation, and I feel that doing this meditation helps you realize your goals, and it keeps you connected with your uh, higher goal, and it keeps you pushing forward to achieving your goals. So before sleeping, I do it regularly, even after getting the job.
It's a kind of reminder, isn't it?
Yeah, you remind yourself daily, and it uh, like it's when you get used to it, uh, then you don't need to remember that you have to do meditation. It automatically clicks at the particular time. Now
Mm.
I sleep at 10, so during like around 10 automatically uh, get to this meditation.
Do you still wake up at 5 as per the program?
Not really, sir, because I reach home at 7. So but I wake up at 6, not 5 but at 6.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So typically, fresh graduates, when they complete their graduation and they are looking for the job, most fresh graduates and even experienced professionals who are looking for the job, they always have the mental fears, the fear of unknown, fear of failure, fear of, sometimes people have got fear of success, fear of embarrassment, and kind of things. How did the program help you, or did the program help you in overcoming these fears? And are these techniques helping you even now in your current job?
Yes. So most of the people, uh, I remember one thing that sir told me during the course, that why you fear. So the answer was very simple, that because you can fear. So that clicked that day. So in my mind that uh, like most of the things before doing that we directly say we can't do it. So it's not like that. So you should always think why you can't do it, because most of the things are just by your mindset that you cannot do it, but in reality you can do everything. So uh, example, for while applying jobs, most of the times what we think that they require 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience. But sometimes even you don't have experience, it doesn't matter. They just see your willingness to learn, and they just see what you have got. So every person has different personality. So uh, they may select you. So you should not limit yourself before doing anything. And during my job, I will say that while doing the job, most of the times the things are very new for me. So I just don't limit myself that I can't do it. Whenever someone asks me that can you do this, I just directly say yes. I don't think so how I'm going to do it. I don't think that time how I'm going to do that. But I just say yes, and after that I find out the ways how I'm going to do it. I ask some of the experienced staff how these things are done, how previously they used to do it. So after uh, getting all the information, I do the task. But I never say that I can't do it. So you should never limit yourself, and just uh, think from a positive mindset.
Absolutely. And that's what I believe as well. Say yes first and then figure out how.
Yeah.
I call it P2P, pressure to perform.
Yes.
Once you say yes, and then you challenge yourself in
Yes.
figuring out as to how you can do it. You indirectly you are putting that pressure on you to perform, but that's a good pressure. It's not
Yes, sir.
stress. It just means that you are stretching your horizons to a greater extent, which you are capable of anyway, because you have got the potential, and
Yeah.
now you have found the new you, which is able to do multiple things or infinite things. So once we get rid of our fears, life becomes much easier than what you think. And by the way, fear is inversely proportionate to confidence. Less the fear, more the confidence. More the fear, less the confidence. So one of the biggest things that you will achieve after getting rid of your fears is gain more confidence. And that is what people want to see in you in the job interview. Now, you talked about networking. So there are a couple of different types of networking that we have covered in the program. One was the
Yes, sir.
strategic networking with professionals and strategic networking with recruiters. How much did that help you in getting the job? And how are you going to use these techniques even in future for getting your next jobs?
So I didn't knew much about the networking. So when I started this program from CLA, so that time I came to know that we can directly contact to the recruiters and we can get some insights from the professionals working in certain industries. So uh, I had a Excel sheet for the strategic networking, and I used to follow all the strategic networking tips that sir has given me. I used to connect with the professionals, and while connecting professional, I came across some very nice people, and they gave me genuine feedback that what should I improve, what should I include in my resume, and they gave me some tips that how should you search for the jobs. And even some of them called told me that if I get any problem, I can directly contact them. So there are really some nice people around you. You just need to contact them and connect with them. And for recruiters, so networking with recruiters is also very important. When you apply a job, then you should call recruiters for the job uh, which you have applied. And by doing this, you will be like there will be hundreds of applications for a particular job. So when you do call them, then they remember your name. And sometimes if they have lack of time for selecting the applicant, then they straight away select you, because you have taken the efforts to call them, and you have shown your eagerness to get the job. So that will definitely help you. And yeah, that's what I have done. Yeah.
That's a great point because 60 to 70% of the candidates do not reach out to the recruiters. They simply think that applying online will attract the recruiters to you. But the reality is, for every job, they are receiving about 250 to 300 applications. It is not humanly possible for the recruiters to even go through the applications which are shortlisted by the software. So when you reach out to the recruiter, then you create that impact, and then you have saved them hours of work, because in that case they do not have to worry about that big pile of applications that they have received. They have just talked to somebody who they believe is a good candidate for them. So the more proactiveness you show in the job search, quicker you will get the job, and you will get the job in your field and at the level that you want. Do you agree, Rohit, that you are an introvert person by nature, or you are outgoing by nature?
I would say I am introvert person.
You are introvert. So
Yeah.
if someone like Rohit, who is an introvert person, can connect with the recruiters and can connect with the industry professionals for getting the job, there is no way in the world many of you who think that they are introverts and they will not be able to connect with the recruiters and with the employers and with the industry professionals to get the job. That is just a myth. They're just the brakes that you have applied on yourself. They are just your limiting beliefs that you can't do it. And the only reason you have put those brakes is because you want to be in that comfort zone. You just want to be in that bubble. It's not even comfortable, because after a while it becomes unpleasant, what we call as the zone of complacency. And you need to get out of that zone of complacency sooner than later if you are looking for the job in your field. And if Rohit can get it, anybody in the world can make it. So, before you got your first job in Australia, or before you joined the program, you had these three aspirations. I got that from your pre-coaching questionnaire. You said you want to get a good job with good salary package, permanent residency, and peaceful life. Do you believe that you have got a good job with a good salary
Yes, sir.
package to start with?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Permanent residency. Are you going to apply for a PR?
Yeah.
And the
I'm in the
process.
process. Yes, sir. Yeah. I've started the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
And peaceful life.
So this is just start, and I've just started working. So still I'm trying to settle, but yeah, it's far better what I used to do previously. So uh, I'm just going towards it, and definitely I'll uh, achieve what I have like thought previously.
I just want to add to that, Rohit, that peace in life does not come from being in isolation. Peace in life will come from being so busy, not by being in isolation, but by being so busy doing the thing that you love to do. And this is one strong reason why you want to get a job in your field. And that's exactly what you have done. So typically when people talk about peace in life, they think about, oh, they want to go to Himalayas. Or, they want to have that peace of mind. You will have the peace of mind not when you are free, not when you are in isolation, not when you are away from the world, but you are in the world, but doing the thing that you love to do. And that, I believe, is the secret to success of anyone's life. So, look, I cannot thank you enough, Rohit, for this interview. I know you come home late, and that is why we started this interview at 7:30 instead of the
Yes, sir.
standard time of 7 o'clock. But I was glad that you were able to make it, and I really thank you and appreciate
Sir,
your
thank
presence
you
here.
so much. Because of you I got the job, so I should say thank you to you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
And guys, all those who are watching it live or those who will be watching it later on, if you are one of those people who is looking for a job like Rohit is, we are here to help you. All the details are there on the screen. The website address. We are also on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You can reach out to us on that WhatsApp number. You can send us an email to that email address, and we look forward to being of service to you in future. Once again, Rohit, thank you so much, and I
Thank
I
you,
will
sir.
talk to you very soon.
Thank you, sir.